Okay, so you're thinking about bringing on an application deployment engineer.
Smart move.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But like maybe feeling a little lost with the whole hiring thing.
I get it.
It can be pretty overwhelming.
Totally.
But no worries. We're going to like do a quick breakdown of everything you need to know to like find the perfect ADE.
Exactly.
And we're using some awesome insights from
our friends.
Yeah, our friends at theperfectdeveloper.com.
The best.
And they actually have this cool tool.
Oh, yeah.
It's called 5 Questions.
Love that one.
You can check it out at theperfectdeveloper.com.
Definitely check it out.
It can help you find the right developer. So fast. But before we get into that, let's answer that like first big question.
The big one.
What even is an application deployment engineer?
Well, they're the ones who take your amazing app idea and make sure it actually works flawlessly for your users.
Makes sense.
They're the bridge between development and a smooth user experience.
Like the glue.
Exactly.
I was checking out theperfectdeveloper.com's Playbook.
Good stuff in there.
Yeah, it was really helpful. And it like emphasized that ADEs aren't just coders. They're masters of automation.
Exactly.
That's key.
Huge.
So they use tools like
Jenkins, GitLab CI.
Those are the big ones.
Those are the ones. Think of it this way.
Okay.
It's like having a team of tireless robots.
Tireless. I like that.
Doing all the repetitive tasks to get your app up and running.
Right.
Keep it updated.
Makes sense. All that. So that means fewer errors.
Definitely.
Faster releases.
For sure.
And happier users.
The most important thing.
At the end of the day, yeah.
Absolutely.
So that explains what they are, but what do they like do?
What do they actually do all day?
Yeah, day to day, what's going on?
Well, they have a bunch of responsibilities.
Okay.
But think of them kind of like digital firesighters.
Ooh, I like that analogy.
They're constantly monitoring your app, looking for any crashes, performance issues, anything that could impact user experience.
So they're problem solvers.
Big time.
Gotcha.
They troubleshoot, fix problems.
They're on it.
Make sure everything runs smoothly.
So they don't just like set things up and disappear.
No.
Okay, good to know.
They're actively involved, keeping things running.
That's great.
Okay.
Theperfectdeveloper.com's Playbook also like highlighted their collaboration skills.
Absolutely.
Which is interesting.
It's crucial because they work across different teams.
Makes sense.
Developers, operations, even marketing.
Wow. So they got to be able to talk to everybody.
Exactly.
That's a lot.
And they have to be excellent communicators.
Makes sense.
Because they have to translate, complex technical information into language everyone understands.
So you're not just looking for like a tech whiz.
Yes.
You need somebody who can like
talk to people.
Be
a team player.
Yeah, and like break down those silos and make sure everybody's on the same page.
On the same page, exactly.
So what other skills should you look for?
Oh, there's a bunch more.
We'll get to that.
We'll dive into that next.
Awesome.
Yeah. So beyond like the obvious stuff.
Yeah, like coding, scripting.
All that.
Right.
A good ADE really needs to understand cloud computing.
Oh, yeah, that's huge these days.
It's essential.
Like apps aren't living on a single server anymore.
Nope. Not in some dusty basement.
Definitely not.
Cloud platforms are where it's at.
Like AWS, Azure.
Exactly.
Those are the big ones.
They're the backbone of modern applications.
And a good ADE needs to know
how to navigate those complex environments.
For sure.
And, of course, security.
Oh, yeah. Can't forget about that.
You want someone who knows.
The best practices. Right.
Up to date on all of them.
To prevent those data breaches.
And keep your users' information safe.
That's critical.
Absolutely.
It's not just about building a cool app.
Right.
It's about building a secure app.
Secure and reliable.
Okay. So we've talked about skills. Let's talk money.
The big question.
Salary expectations.
He wants to know.
Theperfectdeveloper.com does give a salary range.
They do.
But it's pretty broad.
It is because,
experience, location.
Skills, it all factors in.
Right. Just like with any dev role.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's a good tip in the Playbook.
Oh, yeah.
Check out the rates for their vetted contractors.
That's smart.
Yeah, it can give you a more realistic benchmark.
For budgeting.
Exactly.
That's a great point.
So then there's the question of like...
hiring options.
Yeah. Full-time, part-time, contract.
Which way to go?
What's the best approach?
It depends.
Theperfectdeveloper.com breaks it down.
They do a good job of that.
They really lay out the pros and cons.
For each option.
Full-time can be great.
If you have constant needs.
Yeah, like ongoing projects.
Multiple projects.
You have that dedicated resource.
Which is valuable.
But it is a bigger commitment.
It is.
So if your needs are more like, or you're working on a
Shorter-term project.
Maybe part-time or contract makes more sense.
It could be a better fit.
It all comes down to
deployment frequency.
And the scale of your projects.
Exactly.
Then there's a question of like,
where to find these people?
Yeah, in-house, outsource, remote.
So many options.
What are your thoughts?
Well, theperfectdeveloper.com really highlights the global talent pool.
With remote work.
You're not limited by location anymore.
That's huge, especially for these
niche roles.
Yeah, highly specialized.
It opens up a lot of possibilities.
But theperfectdeveloper.com did have a little cautionary note.
Oh, right, about remote work.
Yeah.
You need strong communication and a good level of trust.
Makes sense.
Got to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Even across time zones.
Exactly. Communication is key.
Okay, let's move on to the interview process.
All right, how to find the best.
Yeah. How do you actually spot the best ADE for your team?
Theperfectdeveloper.com has some good advice.
They always do.
It's not just about resumes.
Okay.
Or those standard coding tests.
You got to go deeper.
You want to see how they think.
Okay.
How they approach problems.
So like problem-solving scenarios.
Practical tests.
Those are key.
Absolutely. You want to see them in action.
And I remember one cool tip.
Oh, yeah.
Ask about their favorite deployment tools.
I love that one.
It's a great way to see their passion.
Their enthusiasm.
Yeah, and their understanding.
Of the tool.
And it gives you insight into
your approach.
Yeah, how they like to work.
It's a win-win.
They get to talk about what they love.
And you get valuable information.
Speaking of finding the right fit, we can't forget about company culture.
Oh, that's huge.
Right.
Theperfectdeveloper.com emphasizes that a lot.
Yeah, they do.
It's not just about technical skills.
You want someone who's going to thrive.
In your environment.
So someone who's a good communicator.
Team player.
Comfortable with your values.
And your workflow.
It's all about finding that blend.
Of skills and personality.
That's the key.
It's the magic formula. Because hiring the wrong person can be
costly.
So costly
in terms of time.
And resources.
Yeah, for sure.
Theperfectdeveloper.com, they really stress that.
Making a considered decision.
It's not something to rush.
No, definitely not. You're investing in someone who's
going to play a key role.
Yeah, in your app's success.
It's a big deal.
So how can our listeners make the most of these cultural fit interviews?
That's a great question.
What questions should they be asking?
Well, theperfectdeveloper.com has some good suggestions.
Okay, lay them on us.
Don't be afraid to ask about their work style.
Okay, like how they like to work.
Exactly, or how they handle conflict.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, or even what they're passionate about outside of work.
So you can see if they're well-rounded.
Exactly, it gives you a better picture of the person.
I also remember theperfectdeveloper.com suggesting situational questions.
Oh yeah, those are great.
Like what would you do if a deployment went wrong?
Exactly, or describe a time you had to work under pressure.
See how they think on their feet.
Exactly. How they handle those real-world challenges.
And it's a chance for you, the listener, to see if this person would actually fit in.
With your company culture.
Are they aligned with your values?
Do they get your vision?
It's about more than just skills.
It's about the whole package.
So we've covered a lot in this mini deep dive.
I have.
From what an application deployment engineer does.
To the importance of automation.
Hiring options, cultural fit.
All the key stuff.
It's about making smart choices.
And finding the right person.
For your team.
Your dream team.
And if you're feeling a little overwhelmed.
Which is understandable.
Don't forget, theperfectdeveloper.com.
They can help.
Their 5 questions tool.
It's fantastic.
It can really clarify your needs.
And connect you with the right talent.
So head over to theperfectdeveloper.com.
And try 5 questions now.
It'll make your life so much easier.
It's a game changer.
We hope this deep dive has given you the confidence
and the insight
to start building your dream team.
Happy hiring, everyone.
Happy hiring.